to the channel, everybody! Remember these original Mortal Kombat toys from the 90s? Yeah, I had this Sub-Zero for over 30 years, and the paint job on him shows it. So today, we're gonna give him a new, refurbished look. So we're using all Citadel-style paints for this paint job. I don't have a sponsor, but I do highly recommend them. If there's any Warhammer fans on this channel, you already know what Citadel paints are about. Anyway, we're gonna start this paint job with a base coating of Caldor Sky. I've always been a big fan of that mid-blue, like that electric blue. Like the perfect blue that's not too light or too dark. You know, a bluey blue. Next, we're going to use Baharoth blue for his eyes, to make his eyes icy cold. Next, we're going to use a contrast paint called Talisar blue to paint the little tassels on the side of his hip. Next, it's time for some good shading with a wash called Null Oil. This is a staple if you're using Citadel paints. We'll come back to this little guy after he dries. But here's how he looks so far. We're going to use some white scar to do the whites of his eyes. It's coming along pretty well so far. Next, we're going to use a combination of white scar and Cadian flesh tone to get that perfect, fleshy, ice-cold tone. As a guy who wields ice all the time, I thought his skin should be a little on the pale side. Now we're going to go back and use Caldor Sky to brighten him up a little bit. Looking good so far. So, my little friend, are you ready for some more detailing? We're going to use a silver paint called Lead Belcher. This will help bring out some of the metallic details on the action figure. Now we're going to use Mechanicus Standard Gray to give him a gray fur look on his shin guards. Next, we're going to use Steel Legion Drab for his leather stitching. Now let's pull out a darker brown, Doombull brown, to do his leather straps. I think it's all starting to come together now. What do you think, little buddy? Are you ready for some ice effects now? As if you already didn't know, ice is my favorite superpower, and blue is my favorite color. So I had a really hard time deciding out of all of my blue paints which one I was going to use for the ice effects. I decided to go with one called Lothern Blue, which I use on a lot of my other miniatures that I paint. It just seems to be the closest to a really good icy look. Now we're going to dry brush some white scar on top of the Lothern Blue to give it a real cold look. I think those hands are looking mighty cold. We're not done yet, though. It's time to give him some shards of ice on his skin. We're gonna take a pair of tin snips and cut up some clear plastic. It took a lot of cuts to get the little shards that I wanted. The thickness of the plastic was perfect, and I really thought about giving him ice weapons. Maybe I will in another video. For now, let's just focus on his ice effects. I love using E6000 to glue anything to anything, basically. Some of these ice shards were so small I had to use a pair of tweezers to glue them on. That's looking good, but we're still not done yet. You ready for a little bit more detailing? Let's do it. We're going to use some crackle paste, apply it, let it dry, and then once it hardens, it'll look like a glacial effect. We're going to go back and use Lothern Blue and add some flow improver into it to get in between the cracks of the crackle paste that dried. Let's use some white scar yet again, but this time we're going to dry brush the plastic icicle pieces and give it a snowy look. For the final step, we're going to do some highlighting with Lothern Blue. We're going to try to make the paint job pop a little bit. There you have it, a new and improved Sub-Zero from the early 90s. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe learned a couple of things about painting along the way. Hey, check out all my other videos if you're interested in hobbies, gaming, motivational speeches, or anything related to fitness. This channel is all about motivating you to try different things in your life and just enjoying your life in general. So, which character would you guys like to see me refurbish next? Drop me a comment. I would really appreciate it. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.